Alright guys, today is June 1st, 13 days before Man of Steel, come on baby. So, as a lot of you may know, I did a petition back in February about the name of a video game segment that I would do reviewing classic video games. And the majority of the votes were for classic games, so welcome to Classic Games episode 1. And today we're going to tackle my favorite game based on my favorite movie of all time, Die Hard. Die Hard with a vengeance. Die Hard Trilogy on the PS1. The game also was released on PC and Sega Saturn, but the PS1 is the best one. So let's get into this shit. The very first Die Hard game, Die Hard, takes place, of course, in Nakatomi Tower. It doesn't have anything to do with the movie. Just the fact that Bruce Willis is doing the voice for John McClane in this game. So basically, what you do is you go through different floors, shooting the terrorists and rescuing the hostages. And along the way in the levels, you'll pick up health, shotguns with explosive shells, machine guns, MP5s. What was the other one? I think there was another one, but I forgot. You also have two different types of health. The yellow health gives you full health. The brown health gives you half health. Also, when you rescue a couple of the hostages, they also give you a small amount of bits of health. But when you shoot them, they'll take away your health. So, be careful where you aim at. And of course, when all terrorists are eliminated, a bomb is triggered in one of the elevators, and you have 30 seconds to get to that elevator before the bomb goes off and the game is over. Okay? Sometimes you'll go up to the roof where you have to rescue the hostages by escorting them to the helicopter, but you have to shoot all the terrorists before you do that, because the terrorists will shoot the hostages on their way to the chopper. So you have to shoot every terrorist again to rescue those hostages. And then sometimes when you kill them all, you just stand around while you gotta wait for the rest of the hostages to come. But always pay attention to your screen, because when it's time to go, you gotta run, okay? But if you're just standing around, just waiting for the hostages to get on the helicopter, I'm going to take a page out of John McClane's book and say, light them if you got them. Yeah. I know Al Powell said that, but you know what I'm talking about. Die Hard 1 will take you about 2 hours to complete. It's a really good game. Now we're going to do Die Hard 2, Die Harder, which takes place, of course, at the airport. At the very beginning of the game, when you see a pink helicopter come over the horizon, shoot it. It'll get you an extra pistol, because that is a terrorist helicopter. Okay? When you shoot certain things in Die Hard 2, you'll get a certain gun, and you actually be able to keep that gun. So that's pretty interesting. But you have to know when and where to find that, because I know I can't spot them all, but I just gave you a little bit of a clue to how to get that second pistol. So, yeah. I love the score of Die Hard 2 because it has that mixed feel of Christmas theme with like this bit of tragedy in the mix. So it's kind of like a harsh sounding music, but it's awesome. Okay? And Die Hard 2 is a first person shooter this time, like a light rail gun, and I believe it was one of many games that have a gun con not released with it, but able to work with it. So, but you can't play the game with the controller, of course. It's a little bit more harder, I guess. I don't know. It could be harder. I never played it with the gun con. I've always played this game with my controller all throughout my years. Okay? There are 9 levels in Die Hard 2, of course. My 2 favorite ones is the beginning, because of that theme. The snowmobile chase, where you're driving the snowmobile and you're shooting all the terrorists on snowmobiles. And of course, the jumbo jet scene, where you're shooting all the terrorists on the helicopters and airplanes. Oh yeah, and the runway. The runway was awesome. But yeah, again, if you shoot any of the hostages, you'll lose health, okay? Sometimes you'll get a mercy shot if the hostages are on fire and there's nothing you can do about it. You get to shoot them, you get the mercy shot, and nothing will happen. But, you know, of course, they'll also be throwing knives at you. Shoot those knives. and all the weapons are the same as the original Die Hard. You pick up your you have a pistol with unlimited bullets, just like the first game. You have a shotgun with explosive ammo, machine guns, all that good stuff. I like the one that goes da 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 da, that machine gun, not the one that goes pit 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 pit. You know what I'm talking about if y'all play the game. So when you finally get to that final conclusion with, they don't say his name in the game, but I keep forgetting his damn name. Die Hard 2 is my favorite movie and game, but I keep fucking forgetting his name. But anyway, you get to his jumbo jet, and of course, you have to take on a bunch of helicopters, and you shoot the engines of the jumbo jet when it's time to bring that bitch down and save Holly, because her plane will land safely. The game, Die Hard 2, will take you about an hour to complete, but it's well worth it. Now we're going to go to the longest game in the trilogy, Die Hard with a Vengeance. Okay, this one ignores both of the first and second games. This time you're behind the wheel this time, with you and somebody who sounds a little bit like Samuel Jackson, and he'll quote certain lines Samuel Jackson says in the film, which is pretty cool. So but this time you're driving around all the cities all around New York City, defusing bombs. And the thing is, you have to drive and hit the bomb in order to defuse it. Okay, you can't switch your cars. There are little car parts you drive into, and you'll basically bump the other car like a bumper car. The car you were in explodes, and you take off in the new car. Of course, there's also in the middle of a park a weenie mobile or hot dog van. I call it a weenie mobile because the weenie mobile is like part of my childhood. I love the weenie mobile. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So yeah, you can even drive the weenie mobile. There are also bomb cars for you to chase down and basically bump a car again till you destroy it, of course. And there's also pickups. You pick up points. You have one for time. You have one for speed. You have a launching pickup, which launches you over stuff. Because you remember the dump trucks they supposedly stole in the third film? Yeah. Certain aspects of the game, those dump trucks will come and block your path. And you gotta quickly turn the path you gotta go to, because they will block the way you gotta go. It's on purpose. So it's not like, oh, come on, I just figured that out when I was a kid. Now I'm older, I'm like, oh, okay, so that's supposed to happen that way. So, yeah. And of course, you'll be going underground in I think the sewers, the subway, where you have to race another dump truck to the end of to bypass them and take full wedge, because the dump truck has a bomb in it, but you can't defuse it. You don't know it neither. So if the dump truck beats you to the finish line, it'll blow up and the game is over. But once you pass it by at the end of the level, it'll blow up behind you and he'll say yippee-ki-yay. So and then of course you get to the final segment where you face off against Simon Gruber and his helicopter. And of course, you know those launch pads I told you about? They're needed in this game because you have to launch yourself in the air, land on Simon's helicopter multiple times in order to take it down. And sometimes you'll land in the water. Just like in the Die Hard 2 video game, sometimes when you're at the church scene and you're standing like right here, there's like two bushes over here and the bushes right here and the church is right there. There's an enemy that you can't see that's a glitch, and he'll just be shooting you and shooting you. You don't know where the fuck he's at. You have to throw grenades and launch rockets to find him, and if you don't get him, he'll kill you. And that's bullshit. That's so fucking annoying sometimes. But that's only if you ever encountered that glitch. But all in all, for a PS1 game, and of course, Die Hard Trilogy was the first game I got when I got my very first PlayStation. So of course, Die Hard Trilogy has a very special place in my heart. I say the estimated runtime for Die Hard with a Vengeance is probably 2.5 to 3 hours max. Max. Not saying that's the full length, but it is longer than the first two games. So get to playing, people, because I'm gonna give a different score for video games. I'm gonna give Die Hard Trilogy for the PS1 a 9.5 out of 10. Great game. Everybody should play it. Everybody should have played it by now. It was the best one so far. So let me know what you think about Die Hard Trilogy down below. Have y'all played it? Have y'all played it? And if not, pick that shit up. So yeah, this is episode 1 for Classic Games. Thank you guys for stopping by. Can't wait to do the next one, and I'll see y'all later.